Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you wherever you are. On the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, thank God it's Friday. Yes, Friday, and it is expected that our head coach, Chelsea head coach, Enzo Maresca, will come speaking to us today. We need to hear from him, and I will surely deliver on his word, bit by bit. Everything that the coach has to say today at a press conference, in some few hours from now, I will deliver all those things, news items to you. But quickly, yesterday I spoke at length, and I even brought you a short video, which been a long time I have done that, about one of the Chelsea directors and what they are thinking, their plans for our head coach. And like I told you, this summer, Enzo Maresca will not be assessed at all until next summer, 2026. Oh yes. And also, from that video, you can also see clearly that the ownership, the directors, they are satisfied with the work done so far by Enzo Maresca. And therefore, he said it clearly at Bloomberg TV, that Maresca is not going to be fired between now and the end of the season. No. Whoever that is thinking that Maresca may be sacked or fired, well, that person should rethink again. But as it stands, next Tuesday is our protest day. Our match against Aston Villa is tomorrow. And before I go to few things coming up, very important issues right here this morning for our breakfast. The Chelsea protest is about change. The Chelsea protest is about change, and hopefully causing the owners to have pressure applied on them. The aim is to put pressure on the owners. The protest coming up next Tuesday, the aim is to put pressure on Chelsea ownership, on them and their investors. The aim is to hurt them and their public image. An unarmed organizer said it straight away, the plan for the protest. It is not a protest that's going to be violent, no. The end game is change the model or sell out the club. The end game or the aim of this protest is either they change the model or they sell out the club. Also, their terrible treatment of some of the staff, players, and stripping of all the club's former assets. Yeah. The protest will be a peaceful one with lots of fans and a few banners so that the fans can have their voice heard by the club and the owners. As for this moment, dear friends, the protest will not continue inside the ground. Not inside the ground itself, not at Stamford Bridge ground itself when games are ongoing, but rather outside the ground. The protest will not continue inside the ground. There are already a few hundred of fans that have agreed to this thing, but it is expected that the numbers will rise in the coming days. I implore you to join the protest. Anyhow, if you're on X, join the protest. Wherever you are, as a Chelsea fan, raise your flag in the air and join the protest. Dear friend, you see, now let's get back to the game tomorrow against Aston Villa. As we speak, Noni Madueke has been ruled out until after the international break. Noni Madueke, yes, that is a breaking news, has been ruled out with injury until after the international break. It is not funny at all. This is not something that we need to joke about. It is serious. It's a serious matter here. Chelsea are in a very big shit, very big hole right now. Noni Madueke has been ruled out until after the international break, ladies and gentlemen, and he will miss tomorrow's game against Aston Villa. He will miss Southampton. He will miss Leicester, and he also miss Arsenal. After Arsenal, our next game will be Tottenham. Maybe, most probably. Tottenham game is after the international game, games. Because there'll be a break for the international break. So maybe that is when we're going to see Noni Madueke back. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know why I'm worried? Right now, the only two wingers we have available is Pedro Neto and Jadon Sancho. Remember, Modric is unavailable. The only wingers we have right now, Pedro Neto and Jadon Sancho, are the only available wingers we have. As a matter of fact, even Pedro Neto is more comfortable on the left than the right. But well, for some time, we'll be using him on the right side. He's been competing with Noni Madueke on that right side of the field. Now, Noni is injured. On the left side, it used to be Modric and Sancho. Modric is not available. It will be Sancho and Sancho and Sancho. Right now, we have only Sancho available and we have only Noni Madueke, Pedro Neto available. Don't forget, Jackson is unavailable. McGuay is unavailable. What do we do? The way forward. I have seen a picture from training yesterday. I saw Tariq George with a coach. Yes. I am not too sure whether he is preparing Tariq George to start a game or not. But, ladies and gentlemen, Tariq George is the only left winger available right now as a backup. Not even right winger. Tariq George is the only left winger available right now as a backup. Should something happen to Jadon Sancho right now, or Pedro Neto, the only backup we have is Tariq George. And Tariq George is not a natural right winger. He is a left winger. But he's the only backup for these two. He could be asked to step in Noni Madueke's absence with Enzo Maresca, considering whether the 19-year-old is ready for his first Premier League start. Seeing the training yesterday, the pictures coming out, I suspect he might even start ahead of Pedro Neto. That is how low the club has fallen. We don't have backup. You look at our bench right now. After 1.2 billion spent on this squad, we are still depleted. No player on the bench to back up our squad. Should something happen to Caicedo right now, who steps in? Who can you call on? Should something happen to Enzo Fernandez right now, you say, oh, Dewsbury Hall, right? Is that the standard Chelsea is right now? Okay, what about Cole Palmer? Where are the backups? We sold all out for profit. The last mistake we made was to let even Joao Felix go to AC Milan. In a situation like this, Joao Felix could have been a perfect replacement. Felix could have been a perfect replacement. Now we allow him also to go. Well, tomorrow, I don't know whether I will have the heart to even watch the game against Aston Villa. I'm not too sure. Someone says that I should gather the courage and watch it. A friend of mine says I should gather the courage. But listen, Noni Madueke is out in the next 4 games. He will not be part of the squad. That means that it is only after the international break, 4 weeks to 5 weeks from now. Is it 5 weeks or 6 weeks? 6 weeks. And here we are. And like we heard yesterday from Jonathan Goldstein on Enzo Maresca, he's doing a great job. Chelsea started the season very well. The last 6 weeks have been, finding their feet a little bit more. But Enzo has clearly done a great job in bringing the team together, bringing the talents through, and we are very optimistic for the rest of the season in how that plays out. This is coming from Jonathan Goldstein, co-owner and co-director of Chelsea on Bloomberg TV. I brought the video to you yesterday. These were his words. That is why, personally, I also don't have much to say about the way the whole thing is panning out. Because right now, no matter what we do, this ownership are not ready, including the sporting directors. They are very okay with the job the sporting directors are also doing. If this protest did not come on, if Chelsea did not come out and protest as it is right now, we are losing our pride. Chelsea is beginning to lose its own pride in London. We are the pride of London. Chelsea are the pride of London, but right now it looks like we are losing our position, our heritage. I understand when I study Aston Villa's game, they have a problem in their back line. Their back line is a mess with injuries at the moment. Chelsea can take advantage. Yes, we can take advantage of that. It's a perfect game for us to get some momentum back. But if we lose against them, I don't see us getting Champions League this season again. If we lose against Aston Villa. Because right now, they have a problem with their backline. In our backline, yes, we are not solid, but we are better off than them. The challenge we have right now is our own attack. Remember, they have Marcus Rashford right now with them in their attack. Yeah, they have Marcus Rashford. In the training yesterday also, I observed something. And I'm not too sure. When I watched the training session yesterday, Enzo Maresca is making use of Gusto and Cucurella so much in the training session, playing them as overlapping fullbacks, with Enzo and Caicedo staying close to each other. I am not too sure whether we are about to finally change our system of play. Oh yes, it is very important. Now that we don't have the tools we started the season with, it is better we change formation. Gusto and Cucurella, they are playing overlap fullbacks. That means that both are in the fullback to attack from behind. Then they will attack because we don't have Noni Madueke available. And Sancho right now, he's out of form. I'm not too sure if there's any magic the coach will do for him to get back. As a matter of fact, not just Sancho, the entire squad is low in confidence. So from the training, Gusto and Cucurella overlapping. When we say overlapping, means that they are left backs and right back. But they run front and come back. They attack and come back, overlapping. While we saw Enzo and Caicedo also close to each other. So maybe Enzo Maresca is just about to deploy different tactics going to the game tomorrow. Let's see how it will pan out. Yes, let's see how it will pan out. I just want to hope that Christopher Nkunku will be up and doing and get a job done for us by scoring some goals. With with Cole Palmer. Dear friends, I'm about to run up. It is your breakfast. Former Barcelona head of analytics, Javier Fernandez, has joined Chelsea as director of data science. We are still adding up to our backroom staff. Yesterday, I brought you backroom staff, almost about 8 of them. Yes. Now, former Barcelona head of analytics has also joined Chelsea backroom staff as director of data sciences. We are still adding, but we are not delivering. This is where my challenge is. Quickly, there is an unrest among some top players at the club right now who are fearful. Some of the top players are fearful of we missing out on Champions League due to decisions made higher up the club. When you say top players, we're talking about players like Cole Palmer. Yeah, this is an insider news. So if Chelsea did not get back to winning ways, it will be a real problem. Now, our Conference League play, last 16, Chelsea is either going to face Real Betis or Copenhagen in our last 16 of Champions League. these two teams, one of those, we are yet to get, they will play the playoff, then we'll now know who Chelsea will be facing. Either Real Betis or Copenhagen. Who do you think? I am hoping, I pray we meet Copenhagen. It will be better. Real Betis right now have Anthony. And Anthony is firing left and right for Real Betis. Anthony from Manchester United, Real Betis now is firing left and right. He is firing left and right for Real Betis. And in our last 16, we wait. They'll have to play the playoff, and they will know which of them Chelsea will be facing in the last 16 of the Conference League. Dear friend, Real Betis or FC Copenhagen, which one do you prefer? I am going for the easier one, the one I think will be easier. FC Copenhagen, dear friend. Well, it is Friday morning. Whilst we wait for the coach to give us the presser, I want to say that I'll be back. I'll be back in the next one with more exclusives in the coming hours. Shalom and peace.